Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Vortex versus Corvinus game. That's right, we're back with these two. Last game was absolutely wild, so I thought, why not? Let's cast another one of these two guys. So, Corvinus is going to be spawning in on the south side of the map here, in the color green, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, a civilization which hasn't really been changed this patch. But a civilization that has been changed this patch is the Ottomans, because their brand new Sipahi unit is kind of wild. At least it was in the public update preview. Now, it has been slightly tweaked since then. So, for those wondering, let me quickly pull it up. So, the Sipahi had a health increase, a damage increase, a speed reduction, which is a little bit of a nerf, but an attack range increase as well. And the little bit of a downside to all that is that they cost a little bit more. But this unit is still absolutely crazy in the grand scheme of things. But something that's changed since the pop is that they no longer have quite as much health. So in the feudal age, it is 155 HP that they have. It used to be a little bit more than that. It's been tuned down just a little, so we'll have to see how it does here. But in the pop, it was absolutely wild. So we'll have to keep an eye on them there. But Vortex, for the time being, has moved out for the dock, as we're on one of the brand new maps this season. Or at least one of the brand new maps that we've got in the official map pool. Because this is a map that we see a lot in like EGC tournaments, in pretty much any Age of Empires 4 tournament that we have as a community map. Because players love this map. It's a great map. I love it as well. But it's been officially added in. So, yeah, this is a pretty cool map. I love to see it. I think it's in the ranked pool. So, looking forward to seeing this one a little bit more. But Vortex, we see, has gone out here for a dock, playing as the Ottomans. Interestingly, Corvinus not going out for the dock at all. Maybe is he going for a little bit of a fast castle here? I mean, even still, you probably should get the fish. But I guess, you know, maybe he's anticipating Vortex to be opening up with some spears, something that the Ottomans, you know, they're more than happy to do, right? They've got the military school, they've got the better production speed and whatever. They've also got, you know, cheaper barracks. They've got the meta they can call in, they've got the mums they can call in. So you don't really want to find yourself in too much of a fight in the Dark Age up against the Ottomans, just because, yeah, you're most likely going to lose. So I think that's the decision here from Corvinus, not deciding to move out here for the fish. Maybe if he got up a dock and made a few boats, you know, got some good deep sea fish in, not over-invested, then maybe it's worth it. But I think it's a little bit too much of a risk for him. So instead, just playing it very safe here in the base, going up now with the Archon Chapel. Lots of villagers on there. Look at that, 8 villagers on the Archon Chapel. So I don't think this is going to be a fast castle. Maybe this is for a fast second TC. Kind of an odd one if that is the case. We see Vortex already starting to make that lead when it comes to economy here. And saying that caught the Vortex. The military count for him is actually the fishing ships. You would have thought after, what, 8 months after release of the Ottomans and the Malians that these ships would count towards eco instead of military. But nope, not the case yet. Maybe next year, But yeah, so Vortex is significantly ahead when it comes to his economy right now. Something that Corvinus does have going for him is, you know, he has the Archon Chapel up, boosting up all 16 of his villagers right now. So, I think this is a fast castle out of him. We see he's got everything on sheep, everything on gold. Gonna be actually dropping down a bit of an outpost here. We see Vortex. He's not looking to put on too much pressure here. He's got down a little bit of a wall. So, yeah, not exactly sure what the plan is here for Vortex with that wall. But, I mean, for the time being, he's got behind the base gold. So, pretty happy with that. Corvinus, on the other hand, he's about to have through his outpost. They're moving onto the wood. No other production building has been dropped down. And he's mining a little bit of stone now. So, that's probably just going to be for some arrow slits. So, you actually only need 3 villagers dropping off here for enough stone, but let's see if he grabs arrow slits. So we see now the age up is coming through from Vortex, and we see it's significantly later, right? And that's because of the fishing eco, as well as all of the walls. Look how heavy Vortex has gone on the walls. No, it's cost him a lot of resources to get this to this point. So that results in him only aging up now. Whereas Corvinus, you know, he's already on a decent way to the age up. You see there, Arislets is finally coming through for him. So did only need 3 villagers out here on the stone. So you'd usually think you need 5, right? But no, you don't. Not with the Holy Roman Empire, because they actually gather way more because of their extra carry capacity with the Holy Roman Empire. They carry 14, and then also emplacements for the Holy Roman Empire are discounted by 25%. So that is why you only need the 3. Vortex that actually loses out on his scout. Definitely feels bad right there, because you're not going to be able to spot out what Corvinus is looking to go for now. So we see here, Vortex completely out when it comes to military. Might want to drop down a stable to grab some... I mean, you're going to want Sipahi later on, right, anyway. So I feel like a scout here could be important, as we see Vortex is starting to wall up these relics. But Corvinus, he might just be going for a Burgrave. If he goes for a Burgrave, Vortex might be a little bit screwed. Especially if he doesn't scout it out, because if Vortex doesn't get up a little bit of a wall... You know, doesn't maybe train some Spahi. Spahi could actually be a decent counter towards metal arms. Just because they now have the extra damage. So the damage was increased from 9 to 12. So it's an extra 3 damage right there. And the more damage, the better. When you're facing men-at-arms. Or any heavily armored unit, really. So we'll have to see what Vortex looks to go into. As we see Corvinus, he has enough to age up. It's going to be the Regnants. Okay, so not going for any sort of Burgrave play. Guess it kind of makes sense. You don't have too much food, right? But yeah, certainly an interesting one here. Because Vortex, well, look at this. He's already walled up the first relic. Second relic, walled up. Third relic, going to get walled up here. Corvinus, he might only have the 1 relic to grab. Because it's going to be very tricky for him to grab this one all the way at the back here. And Vortex, he's not actually that far away from aging up himself. So as soon as that age up comes through and he starts pumping out some units, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Corvinus to try and grab these relics. He might be able to grab 2 if he's lucky, because he's currently guarding this one with the scout. And it seems like Corvinus is actually moving out here with the villager as well. Not exactly sure what that's for. Maybe just to wall this up himself, quite possibly. Maybe he thought he was sending out a product. You see now that first product is on the way. Corvinus has 2. 1 over here. Actually, no, that... Why is he got... Did he misclick? Has he misclicked? I feel like he's misclicked these villagers. He has. Maybe not, I don't know. That's kind of random though. But anyway, he's going to be able to pick up 2 relics here, which is really nice for him. It's going to be hard for him to grab these other ones though, unless he pulls some villagers. As we do see now, some spearmen are coming out from this barracks. So maybe he gets in 3 here, but Vortex, he's already on the age up, and his economy is way ahead right now. You know, he's 29 villagers, so 1 villager ahead of Corvinus. And then you've got to factor in the fact he's got 8 more fishing ships gathering from deep sea fish over here. So it's going to be a little bit tricky for Corvinus, I think. He needs to grab lots of these relics. If he can grab 3 of them, I think he'll be looking in a much better spot. And then maybe if you grab a... maybe if you just go for an Elsbach. We've seen this out of Krakedy, where he goes for fast Imperial into the Elsbach. But I think up against the Ottomans, that's playing extremely risky, because they're going to have the Mehmed Imperial Armory down. They're going to have the faster production speed. You're going to be able to add in lots of military very, very quickly here with the Ottomans. Despite a little bit of a nerf with the Ottomans, we see here the blacksmith has been nerfed by 5% for each age when it comes to reducing build speed for production around it. So that's a little bit of a little bit annoying there for the Ottomans, but I don't think it will really be noticed. And we actually see there, look at this, Corvinus. Oh, Vortex, sorry, going to be setting it to a battering ram, and that is actually crazy. 50 seconds for a battering ram from this landmark? That is wild. That is actually wild. So, this landmark effectively is generating, like, over 250 wood per minute. That's kind of crazy. This landmark is definitely good. And you're not having to invest into a siege workshop either. This landmark is actually really, really good if you think about it. And we see here now, stable's going to get dropped down. Are we going to be seeing the brand new Sipahi, or is it just going to be straight Lancers here for Vortex? We'll have to wait and find out. I think it is just going to be Lancers, as we do see that Lancers in the queue. And Corvinus is going to be able to pick up all 3 relics here. Have a look at that. The 3 relics in the bank. 2 of them sit inside the regnants. The last one sits on the outpost. Corvinus now having to make a bit of a farm transition. Something that Vortex isn't going to have to worry about for quite a while. Having lots of map control as well. Oh, I mean, Insect, he doesn't have too much map control right now, but I'm sure he will a little bit later on. As we see, units really starting to flood the field for him now. He has plenty of resources back here. Look, he's got deer, he's got boar, which he can't actually access, so ignore that one. But he's got berries as well, so... And he's got the minaret. So, you know, Vortex isn't going to be struggling for food for a very, very long time here. Just because he's got so much food accessible to him, as well as the deep sea fish. Which is going to be a bit of a problem for Corvinus. As we see, he's starting to having to move out to the berries. After the berries, it's going to be more farms. So, you know, that's going to be a little bit of an issue for him. As we see Vortex significantly ahead when it comes to the economy. Something that Corvinus does have going for him, though, is that he's going to have 4 relics in the bank. He's now sending back this... Corvinus? Hello? I think he was meant to send back his army, not the prolate. Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a mistake there from him. Feels bad, but now we see that first ram out. It's 2 rams already out on the field. This thing makes rams crazy fast. We see the relic is sitting inside this outpost. Emergency repairs is accessible to Corvinus. I'm sure he'll be calling it. There it is. It comes in. The Vortex, you know, he's through here with some more lancers, with some crossbow. Corvinus under a lot of pressure right now. He's got spears out in the field, but spears going to get easily counted out here by the crossbow. Meta is also out in the field, giving the extra movement speed by plus 15%, the extra attack speed. Which means it's so easy here for Vortex to be able to kite with these units. These two abilities in combination here just make the Ottomans so good at kiting. And we see now Corvinus down to only a couple spears out on the field. Corvinus looking in a bit of a sticky situation. And Corvinus is now going to be moving out for some more wood. He's having to relocate. Fortifications does come through on the outpost, but the second ram is about to rock up on the field very soon. Not exactly sure where... Does it really take this long? I'm sure we had another one out, but anyway. Yeah, this outpost will be going down here. Corvinus just doesn't have enough of a mass. He only has... Does he only have the 1 production building? He only has the 1 production building. Oh, man. That is... Feels bad right there. We see this outpost starting to run a little bit low on HP. Emergency repairs comes in clutch again, though. So, Vortex. He's having to go in now with round number 2. 2 rams out on the field. Corvinus now dropping down lots of stables. Have a look at this. Is he just going to go into mass horseman? I feel like mass horseman is the way here. I don't see but you want to kind of spend your gold though, right? Let me see here, Corvinus. Uh-oh. 1 HP, it goes down. Corvinus, he's in a bit of a sticky situation. He's down to 3 relics. This one has been denied away from him. Vortex is also going to be taking out this outpost. So, Vortex looking in a super good position. We see knights are in the queue here, but knight is not something you're going to be making up against lancers and crossbow with a meta here. And Vortex, he's just keeping up the pressure here. We see more and more lancers on the way, more and more rams. Yo, this landmark making rams is actually kind of crazy. You know, it hasn't even been 4 minutes since he's had this landmark up, and he's already got 4 rams out on the field and a 5th one in the queue. That is absolutely wild. And now Corvinus, he's trying to hold on here with knights of his own, but I don't see this working that well. We see Vortex just has the bigger mass. He's got the bigger... He's just got the better mass, and he did lose the meta, so he doesn't have the meta buff, but I'm sure he can make another one. And these rams, looks like they're going to be having to fall back for the time being. As you see, these sprinkled in placed outposts going to be doing quite a bit of work. That relic getting picked up, moved over to the outpost. I love this. Going to make this outpost shoot a lot further. Look at the difference there. It is absolutely huge. And it does look like Corvinus will be able to pick up this other relic as well. The Vortex, he's relocating, but he's going over to the right-hand side now. That relic going to be picked up, going to be placed inside this outpost, but doesn't have sprung on placement. He needs this emplacement if he wants to try and hold on here, because spring emplacements are huge. You know, they're a lot cheaper here for the Holy Roman Empire. He's got the stone in the bank. Maybe he's going for a bit of a keep drop, and maybe that's the play for him here, because he just doesn't have enough army here to deal with this. We see 5 rams out on the field. These outposts going to get put under a lot of pressure. We've got villagers here that can look to get pulled. Lance is going to be going in for the charge, but Vortex is here with a huge mash. He's got some spears in here as well. Can Corvinus hold on? He's focusing down the knights for the time being. Prelus also getting pulled in here. Veterancy Spearmen are in for Corvinus. Emergency repairs coming through on one of the outposts. But the second one going to get taken down, and no sprung replacement in on this outpost. So Corvinus going to be losing the most important outpost here, and Vortex still has a huge mass here. That's going to be some villagers getting taken out there. Corvinus down when it comes to eco by a huge amount, losing out on 2 relics, and with that, GG gets called. The power of rams from the Mehmed Imperial Armory, really, really strong right there. I did not realize rams was the way for the Ottomans with this landmark. What a crazy game. If you did enjoy it, please do feel free to leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.